what's going on? Melissa Kibler here, and in today's training, I'm going to talk about how your new teammates can actually get off the starting line faster, quicker, getting results faster. I'm actually going to be sharing with you a simple process that you can actually put into place to help you do this. So without it, like I said, your team may not duplicate as quickly. Your new team members may not be getting back that return on investment as fast as they would like. So that's what I'm going to cover today, is a simple process to kind of help those new teammates to really have success right out of the gate. That's really what they're looking for. They get on board because they're looking for time freedom and financial freedom, and they're just really looking to get that return on investment, to really start to see that income coming in to help their family, whether it's that side income or whatever that may be. So, question for you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how effective is your current onboarding system for your new teammates? I'm just curious, on a scale of 1 to 10, how effective would you say your current onboarding strategy is? And also, meaning your new teammates they're getting results, your team is duplicating, they're rank advancing. I would say between the first 30, 60, 90 days would be ideal to kind of get that investment back for your new teammates. So just curious, let me know what that looks like for you with your current strategy on a scale of 1 to 10. How effective is that for you? So welcome. My name, for those of you that are seeing maybe for the first time, my name is Melissa Kibler, and I help entrepreneurs and network marketers to really get on the fast track to success using simple and effective social media strategies. We're all looking to work smarter and not harder, so that way we're not attached to our phones 24/7 and away from our families in total chaos trying to build our business, doing the busy work, the being productive all day long and really not getting those results. So that's what I'm here to do on this page, is to give you some proven effective strategies that you can start putting into place to help you rank advance faster, to help you get that success, moving on throughout your, whatever that looks like for you. Everybody's goals are different, so that's going to be different for everybody. So here's what typically happens. And when somebody first starts out, when they decide to enroll and join your team, this is what typically happens. They enroll. And then what you typically, for most companies, what most leaders do is they put them through an onboarding process. And what that consists of is maybe trainings that they go through for the company or maybe the team, maybe they have a website, like a set of steps, almost like a checklist of what they have to do. Typically what most new teammates, I'm talking about business builders, they usually have to make their list, making their list of who they want to reach out to first. It might be their family and friends. It might be, trying to really build out that list to talk to everybody that they possibly know, to let them know what they have going on and that they're really excited about it, so they could share, the products and or opportunity. So they go through these things when they first start to join your team. They enroll, they go through the training, the checklist, all of that. They make their list, they start inviting, and then it's time for their launch. Now, this is what I typically see happen. So usually when everybody gets started, they're excited and they'll go through those things. They're all about learning because, they want to learn about the products. They want to learn about the business and the company and the comp plan and all of that stuff, right? So they typically have like a handful of people of like, oh yeah, I could talk to this person and this person may be really excited about it. But we all know usually the people that we feel are the most or would be the most excited about it, those people are the most resistant. So here's what typically happens and how that has an impact on us and our new teammates. It leaves our new teammates feeling resistant. It kind of like, rejection is not easy. It's very, very hard. So once they get a taste of that rejection, they almost like back down, and that self-doubt starts to creep in. That fear starts to creep in. Like, what am I doing? Like, I am not cut out to do this. Everybody else makes it look so easy. Why can't I do this, right? So they feel that resistance, and all of a sudden between, that relationship between that new team member and the leader, it starts to almost feel like they're ghosting you, where they almost don't want to, they're trying to like avoid your messages, and it's hard to kind of like really get in touch with them. And when they first get started and they're all excited and they have these big goals, they almost talk the talk, but when it's time to do the action, they just stop doing the action, right? So why is that? So I'm going to break this down for you today to help you maybe put into, if you don't have this going on already in your team, a simple process to help your new teammates have success faster, getting that return on their investment faster, because we all know if we can get them having success early on in the first 30, 60 to 90 days, they're going to have that self-belief. They're going to be like, you know what, this works. I'm starting to get that check. And they're okay with, having that take, if it takes a little bit longer to get to that rank advancement, as long as they're seeing some kind of success early on. So here's what I learned. Every single new team member coming on board, we need to have a simple process for them. And it's got to be more than just hopping on board, plugging them into an onboarding system and expecting them to just invite massive amounts of people and launch their business, hoping that your team starts duplicating. So from my experience, it's a lot more than that. And here's the missing link. Here's the missing piece is when we have new teammates come on board, it's so important, no matter if you have a large team or not, whether you're bringing in one person, 10 people, hundreds of people onto your team, we need to have a system in place for ourselves where in the very beginning, when you're still trying to grow and build up a smaller team, it's really important it's kind of like, not letting go of that human to human element per se, if you know what I mean. So it's meeting them where they're at, actually picking up the phone, having a phone conversation, or getting them, one-on-one in front of, between, if you have Zooms, like I love to do everything online to really leverage my time. But here's what I want you to do with this process to make it simple for them so that they can have the success and they can feel that they can do it, okay? So meeting them where they're at. And this really comes down to really having a genuine conversation. And this conversation is going to be all about your new team member and not about your agenda, not about your rank advancement or hitting your goal or trying to hit all of this volume. It needs to come back on your new teammate, okay? So let me know if you have something like this in place right now, because here's the thing, people want to feel understood. So when you start to have these conversations with your team members, rather than just telling them, because this is 99%, this is what happens when people get on board. They're just told what to do. They're like, here, this is a proven system, it's effective, everybody else is using it, just plug in, follow the system, go through the training, go through the checklist, listen to this, make your list, and then we're gonna launch you. They're basically told what to do, right? So here's where we need to be different, right? Because if your team, hey, Rebecca, how are you? If your team's not duplicating, if your new team members are not having the success, right out of the gate, and they're kind of retreating a little bit and they're building up that resistance, we got to figure out why is that, right? We can't let that happen. So when you bring on these new team members into your organization, into your new business, it's just bringing that human to human element, being a human, meeting them where they're at, having a simple conversation, just one-on-one talking with each other, asking them questions, putting the spotlight on them. It's all about them, not us, meeting them where they're at, letting them feel like they are understood. And here's that, asking the questions part. I want to be specific with this. So, what kind of questions to be asking them. Asking the questions, specifically asking them how they would like to build their business. Wouldn't that be cool if you actually ask them, giving them, because most people when they get started, they really don't know, right? But we know. So they either get started by talking to people they know, or they talk to people they don't know. There's only two types of people, right? So if they don't want to talk to their friends and family members, do you have another system set up for them? Because there's different levels for everybody. And when we can understand where our new teammates are coming from, when we understand how they want to build, and maybe they have a lot of fears and insecurities. So if we're throwing them into the fire right off the gate, can you imagine that they're just gonna back down and quit and completely just ghost you and fall off as quickly as they're coming on, right? It just does not make sense. Drop me number one if you can relate to this. If you can follow me, if you maybe have had this happen in your teams, if you've seen this happen in other teams, I'd love to know where you're at with this, how you feel about it. Let me know if you're doing this already and how it's working for you. So let me know too, who else is on live. Make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're viewing in from. If you're catching the replay, make sure you join in on this conversation as well. I'd love to know where you're at and come back and say hello to you as well. So when we can meet those people where they're at and we can understand how they want to build their business, we can plug them in accordingly. Now, some companies have amazing systems set up where they have almost different levels. So when we meet them where they're at, so if a new teammate comes in and they're like, I love doing home parties and I love talking to my closest friends and family members. Well, great. Obviously that way of building, I'm not going to say doesn't work. It does work, but it's time consuming and it's manual labor, and more likely than not, then a lot of the times we burn out of our warm market, then what, right? So I'm not saying it doesn't work, but meeting them where they're at. Yes, it's so, so important, Rebecca. So, so true. So we need to have different levels within our company, within our own organization, within our own team, okay? So that way you can plug them in where they're at, because you're gonna have people coming in many different backgrounds. They're gonna have many different levels of experience. Maybe they had experience in network marketing, or maybe they have not, right? So we need to meet them where they're at. We also have to discover and be really clear and specific as to what their goals are. Find out what is their income goal, what rank do they want to be, and we can have this big long-term goal, but also breaking that down monthly to kind of see, do they even have time in their schedule? It's almost like talking the talk, but not having the action or the time behind it to actually put in the work. So you got to get deeper with them. You got to find this stuff out, and to make them clear and aware of really the amount of work that it takes for them to build up this business, right? So meeting them where they're at. So whether they come in and they want to be plugged in like traditionally, right? Like offline or things like that. But then you also have levels within your company where you can plug them in if they want to just build online. Now, how are they going to do that, right? How are they going to show up on their personal page without having to post about their products or opportunity, where they can still feel like they're themselves? Right? Where all of a sudden they're not like changing their complete identity and now they're the company billboard, right? So we got to meet them where they're at. We got to have different systems in place to help them to build accordingly. So now if they're coming in beginner level and they want to use more of I would call it the basics of attraction marketing, and maybe on their personal page to just get started, and there's a way to communicate effectively, attracting people, curiosity posts. I would say that's very basic attraction marketing, okay? Now, there's going to come a point where everybody's still going to burn out of their network. People only have so many people on their friends list on their personal page. So what happens when you are talking to friends and family and you run out of them, or you don't want to talk to friends and family, or you feel like you have hit up everybody on your, I wouldn't say hit up, because I'm not about going out and doing it in that way, building my business that way. I'm all about attraction marketing. And if you are building organically on your personal page, to use more curiosity posts and build your business around you and who you are and what you're all about, to start attracting people to you, to start asking those questions as to, hey, what is it that you do, and start having them come to you to ask questions. So that's a very basic level on your personal page. And again, that's more organic. It's a more manual online approach, so it's going to be more time consuming, but as long as people are aware of that, as long as your people, your teammates have a strategy, so that way, beyond their personal page, they know what to do with the time that they have to find more people to build up their following and to start having those conversations. They need to have a step-by-step plan, a social media plan at that level, okay? Now, if you have somebody coming into your organization, maybe they've had tons of experience. Maybe they're like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not talking to my friends and family members. I'm not building, this traditional way anymore. I'm ready to invest in myself. I want to go all the way to the top. I want to be, rank advanced at the top of my company. I'm ready to take massive action. Just show me what I have to do. If you have that leader, if you have that boss on your team that's like ready to go and they're willing to match that action with the talk behind it, then you got to have a strategy in place for them as well, because there are opportunities out there are strategies out there, and it is a more advanced attraction marketing strategy where you actually start attracting people to you. And that's really where the leverage, you have some automation coming in. And automation meaning, there's different levels with that as well. Automation meaning that the part where it saves you time, so that way you're not going out having to like convince or hunt people down to talk to. Those people are actually coming to you. And we do this through, business fan pages and how to set those up effectively, how to target effectively to really build that up. So people are coming to you, building up your list. So, and this strategy as well, the higher advanced attraction marketing strategy for those people at that level is, for them, it's going to be allowing them to find more quality people, and again, save time because they're not manually having to go out and prospecting groups and make all these curiosity posts and do, like all of those things. So it's a whole different ball game when somebody is ready to do that, when somebody's ready to go to that level. But it all comes back to knowing what those levels are, knowing how to put them in place, and it really comes down to having that conversation with your teammates to decide what is their goal and how they want to build their business. That is the most important thing, if you can take away from this at all, is meeting them where they're at and how they want to build, so you can plug them into your team system accordingly, okay? So let me know in the comments, what are you getting from this? What are your biggest takeaways so far? Do you have a system like this in place? Is this a system that you're looking to put into place for your team, for your organization? If so, I would love it if you just drop the word attraction below this video. If this is something where you want to learn more about more of the advanced levels of attraction marketing, because, as you're growing as a top leader, it's important to know, I would even say, yes, you would need to know this for yourself if you're a top leader in your company, to know what's available, but also to help those people that may be at that level as well, coming into your organization and your team. So drop the word attraction under this video, and then that way I can actually give you access. We have a free 10-day video training series that will help to break the whole attraction marketing concept and strategy down for you, so you can start learning about it. So I'd be more than happy to give you access to that and send that over, but just make sure you drop that in the comments. That way I can get in touch with you and send that over. And like I said, my door's always open too if you ever want to talk about it and ask or have any more questions about it. But the biggest thing I want you to take away from this training is that simple process to help your teammates really have success faster, to get that return on their investment back on what they came into whatever it was that they bought to get into and enroll, whatever package it was for your company, is when you can meet them where they're at and you decide what are their goals, what is the time that they have to build their business, and how they want to build. When you understand that and you actually have that conversation, and when they feel that they're understood, then it's so much easier and so much fun, and they're going to be coming to you asking for questions, and they'll be it's just going to be it's not going to be as resistant, that relationship between the two of you. It's actually going to be quite enjoyable, and just to be able to work with each other and bounce ideas off of each other, and for them to be able to come to you, and just come to you and say, hey, I'm trying this, it's not working. What else do you suggest? What else might I do? To really just have that conversation. So that way they know that you have their back, you're in their corner and you are there to help them succeed no matter what. So when they feel that from you, you better believe that they're going to be the most loyal teammate, excited to do business with you. And it's just going to be better all around, for you and for your entire teammates. That culture that you are putting into place for your team is going to be unbelievable. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. So if you don't have that system, or even just to give you that vision of a system of what's possible for your team, so that way they can start getting those results back faster, so they can start having success, the better, right? Yes, Rebecca, attract them to you. So like I said, when I first started in my business, I had no idea that this was possible. So that's why I'm here on this page teaching you all of these golden nuggets, because I know what is possible now, and I've seen the vision, I've put things into place, and I know it works. It really, really works. So I'm really excited to kind of offer these same tools and strategies and resources back to you as well, if I can, to help you. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will be back tomorrow for some more tips and training. Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye.